Greetings, Zimbabwe. My name is Bridget T. Mambondiani. I'm a Pada Pearl. I'm the ZUSA Secretary General and I'm a law student at the University of Zimbabwe. So today we are going to be talking about gender-based violence online. And with me here today, I have very beautiful ladies. I'm going to give this point in time for them to introduce themselves.
Hello everyone, my name is Begin Kosibanga. I'm a student at the University of Zimbabwe, currently studying multilingual communication, translation, and interpretation. I'm also the current chairperson of Take Your Life International, class of 2022 to 2023.
Oh yeah, and I am Lorraine Sell. I'm under Women's Gallery, and I advocate for women's rights through us.
Wonderful, thank you. So we are looking at gender-based violence online. We are looking at so we all understand that we are in the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. And one of the places where gender-based violence is prevalent is actually online, on social media, on our gadgets. But however, it seems that most people don't really take gender-based violence online that serious. But we can note that it exists in many forms. We have things such as cyberbullying, we have things such as revenge porn, we have even hate speech online. So when we're talking about gender-based violence online, we're talking about scenarios whereby people are now using the various online platforms, be it Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, to instigate gender-related violence. So that's what we are going to be looking at. And, from a feminist consciousness, we can note that the online environment is really not safe for the women and young girls. So, Ms. Beck, what do you think?
Okay, first of all, I would like to applaud for the organizers of this event. We've actually come up with this topic. This is actually one of the hottest topics in the country so far, because I've realized that most of the movements that focus on gender-based violence, they only focus on other aspects, forgetting the online gender-based violence, which is a very key aspect of gender-based violence that is affecting lives of young women in today's lives. So I think we really need to talk about this, and we have to come up with solutions in this discussion.
Okay, thank you. Ms. La, what is your understanding when it comes to gender-based violence in the online environment? What really is taking place?
In my understanding of gender-based violence, these are acts either sexual, emotional, mental, and physical that are perpetuated against women. So when we say mental, probably in a case you're a girl and you're involved with a married man as nakukudza. That's one of the issues with the young girls. And when we say emotional, probably when people think of GBV, one of them it falls just under the marital setup, but it also involves, let's say, single mothers, where that are dealing with varume vanoramba kutolesa vana birth certificates. That's a crucial item. All right, yeah. Then also single women van struggler to fend for their children. So I guess yeah. And I also would like to thank Pada for this platform, because I got to also in fact I actually get to voice in on Yadzana Mafatwa. It's something that should be celebrated. Vangani vakadzi vanongomitiswa vobva but uyuyu kana ari happy we hear kuti hanzi vamwe vakadzi vanorambidzwa kuenda kubasa, yet varume vachitadza kuita sei kuchengeta mhuri. So yeah, thank you Pada for this.
Okay, so we hear that a lot has been happening. And when we are looking at gender-based violence, as already has been alluded to, that it's not only existing in the sense of, in the marital context where there is the most common gender-based violence. But like we are saying today is that, even when we are supposed to be using our cell phones freely online, you just get people attacking you, And the question that I would like to pose to you young ladies is that who are the instigators of gender-based violence online? The likes of who are the Shadayas, if I may say, of gender-based violence online. So, what are your comments?
Okay. Firstly, from my own point of view, I would like to say that online gender-based violence, if I might range it in percentages, 99% it affects women. Why? Because I don't know what is it, how, I don't know, does men feel powerful attacking women on social media platforms or what? But then I feel with most of the victims are women as compared to men. Of course, we might have, let's say we have a scenario of a man who have leaked nude pictures and stuff. It just trends for a day and it's over. But then if it's a lady, it's everyone attacking that lady. Even ladies coming in to attack a lady, right? So I think men are the perpetrators of GBV online specifically. Of course, they have support from other women who, yeah.
There you have it from a feministic conscious mind that at most men are the perpetrators of gender-based violence online. And a key point that she's mentioning, that usually when it's a story involving a young lady, a woman, a girl, people are then very much direct and attacking her so much to the extent that at the end of the day, you all know the names. You all know that it was Ningi who was at this place doing this and this. But if it's happening to the other gender, people just tell it's just a story for a day and people ignore it. It doesn't go on much. So I'm gonna move on to you, La. Who do you think are the main instigators of gender-based violence online?
I think men might instigate it, but Vakazi, they might actually fire it up. Let's say if we discredit online gender-based violence by who basha a man or probably to stand with a fellow woman, in the past, but the fact check which people give voice or kutukirira instead of women standing for each other. So yeah.
So from Allah, what I'm getting is that, in as much as we can say that men are the instigators, but however, it seems as if even us women, we are there to fuel it up, to make it public. You read a comment from a certain man who's attacking a certain lady, that perhaps maybe she has, there have been, nude videos of herself, and the next thing is that women are on the forefront attacking their fellow gender, and which is really, really very concerning, because I'd say, as women, we ought to strive to make the online environment a safer space for us, a safer space for everyone. So we're gonna move to ask then that, so we have noted that there are various forms of gender-based violence online that happen online. So we have cyberbullying, we have even stalking, and we have things like revenge porn that are happening. So I would like then to ask you, Miss Becky, what do you think then are some of the effects of these things on the particular victim of gender-based violence online?
Okay. Basically, any form of gender-based violence will cause emotional damage. And no matter how strong you are, when you have been attacked in any form of gender-based violence, emotionally you feel low. So I think that's the first thing. And we also have mental issues. People are now getting into depression. They're being depressed. Let's just take, for instance, we have, let's say, a female. We get victimized online, gender-based violence, right? And maybe no one at home knows about it. It's just trending on social media. There is no one to give them guidance or counseling, no matter what. So it means this person is in the whole issue, is in the whole situation alone. They have no one to tell them, you know what, this shall pass, because this is being done online, right? So it means, Guti, that those people have to go through a lot of traumas alone.
So there you have it, that at most when these things happen on social media, you really have no one to turn to explain to. For example, there are some personal attacks that happen on social media. Perhaps you post your picture on Facebook, the next thing you have somebody coming into your inbox, busy stalking, busy trolling and stuff like that. And those are things that, because what I understand that is in the community that we live in, people have not really been conscientized of the realities of gender-based violence online. But like as Becky alluded to, that it can lead to depression, and we all know that mental health problems can then lead to other problems in our communities that will affect a person's life completely, but only coming from what? From online gender-based violence. So I'm going to move on to you, La. What do you think are some of the effects of gender-based violence?
Like she already said, I mentioned mental and emotional, but also I once had someone Sasha. Sorry, is that her name?
Shashal.
Yeah, that. So she said it is alleged which my record companies probably decided they could deal with her. So I guess affecta futhi mashandiro emunhu either in the society kuti unozogona here kuzoventure out as a legend or whatever kunyatsomira.
So there you have it. You are a young woman trying to build an online profile, and somebody chooses to, just do revenge porn or something on you, and that will completely change your life. You were looking for opportunities, but now you've get this backlog of things that are following you. So I would also want to ask, like, as from personal experience, as especially Miss Beck, I understand that you are coming from the students fraternity, right? From that perspective, really, how do you experience gender-based violence online, and how has it been affecting your life, if you have ever came across it, or if somebody else have ever came across it?
Okay, so before I answer that, I just want to give an answer to the previous question that you asked. There's this story that happened recently of this lady who committed suicide after the husband caught her in an action with the pastor and live streamed the whole thing. So this means good social media, online gender-based violence can also lead to mass suicidal cases, and in most cases they are untraceable. Like, people don't really know how to handle them, and they just think it's something that is out of the sport since it's happening online. Then coming back to the question that you've asked, personally, I would like to say I'm not more of a social media person. I rarely post. So yeah, when gender-based violence happens online, maybe it happens, yeah, to the people that are around me, but I avoid things that put me into social media dramas and stuff. So I'm not more of a social media person. But however, I have close people that are around me that face those one or two things.
Okay, so one thing that I'm noticing also here is that one of the effects of violence online, gender-based violence online, is that it may actually lead one to retract, to be removed from the social media platforms completely, because then you just want to avoid social media drama. But yet we're saying this is the 25th century, this is the 21st century, and we should be utilizing information technologies to our advantage. But however, because of these various things that have been happening, we are now seeing young women shunning away from social media. So I could also point that as an effect of social media violence. So moving on to you, La, I understand you're a young woman who's in the workspace. How prevalent is it, social media violence?
How what?
So how much do you experience, online gender-based violence within, that working environment?
Um, I'm not that big on social media. Well, I wasn't.
Okay.
So I am not too sure, honestly, Kuti, how are they? Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. So I was asking from the perspective of, when you are in the work environment, we understand that when we're talking about online violence, it comprises of other things. Sometimes it's just trolling, a person that forever follows you on social media. You post something, hey, they start passing the comments. You get it. And whenever they get the chance, somebody's bothering you on social media. So I was asking from that perspective. So I'll move on to also then ask to you young ladies that
Wait.
when we're dealing with, okay, yes,
Can I answer on that?
yes,
I think there is an issue. I forgot her name, but I guess she's a social media icon. Maybe she was wrong in a comment, but instead of in a nice way, they actually started trolling her and say, "Ndofunga wakupenga here." Such comments on mental health are horrible. Ndakangonzwa kunyacho with my sister. I didn't follow on it. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, so this is how it's coming out that there are some comments that are passed on social media platforms that people, when somebody just bluntly passes a comment publicly there when they're not supposed to do that, and they don't know the effect that what that could have on someone's mental health, right? So I'll move to you, Miss Becky, and I'd want to ask that so in terms of gender-based violence online, do you think that as a country, as a community, as a society, are we fully aware of what's happening? And if we are not, where are we really missing it?
Okay. So Basically, I think as a community, as a country, um, I've had people saying that we live for the comment section, meaning Kuti, they're actually waiting for me to post something, then they come comment. But then I think we also have to look at it from another angle. Bridget, when you're just a mere person online, you post your picture, you leave. I don't think Kuti, people are going to come and attack you just like that. I think it also has to do with you looking for relevance online. Then people will attack you for that. So I think we should do away with things that will make people attack us on social media. If you see someone posting, let's just say for example, we have those big social media icons, right? They post something, I go and attack. Probably the fans are going to wait for me. They come back to my profile, look at who's this person. Okay, so they start attacking me from there, right? So this means this is where some of the online gender-based violence are coming from. Sometimes we look for those things like take on how we relate with people online. So I think as a country, as much as we have people enjoying all this online gender-based violence, mostly because I think with 60% of the people that are doing it, they're not aware of the traumas and the effects that they're causing to the people that they were attacking online. So I think, yeah, the community has to be educated. As much as we say we're doing it for fun at Namabasa and stuff, because people are like, we're living for the comment section. So I think the community has to be educated on how to relate with others online. We have ethics, we have morals that guide us on how we talk, how we communicate, and how we tsura someone when they've said something in the wrong way. So I think we are missing all that as a community. So yeah, we really have a lot to do when it comes to avoiding online gender-based violence.
Right. So they have it from Miss Becky that there is really, really a great need to create awareness of, online gender-based violence and its effect. Because at most, like she has alluded to, some people are doing this because they don't even know that what I'm doing is actually, I'm actually violating someone online. I'm actually, instigating violence on someone online. And, this will lead to other things affecting the person's life, right? But then I'd want to also pose a question to you, young ladies, that if then you are saying that a person should limit what they are posting about themselves, I believe that as a community, we've got freedom of expression, right? We even have freedom of association on social media. If you choose this, if you want it, it's okay. If you don't. So I'm then going to pose a question to you that to what extent then are our laws protecting us against these things, or how do you feel that the law perhaps should be improved so that we make sure that as young women, as girls, we are safe online?
Okay. So I believe that as much as you have your rights, I also have mine. So meaning kuti pano pera ma rights ako no pano tangira ang, right? So meaning kuti I have to respect your rights, you have to respect mine as well. So as much as we have the freedom of whatever we post, whatever we wear, I don't know. It depends now on what the kind of person that you want. As much as we are here, we are fighting for gender-based violence online. We actually have young ladies or young people who actually want that. Someone is like, I'm posting this because I want to cause noise on my page today, right? So I think it depends on the kind of person that you are, your personality. But then what I've learned from what she's saying is social media doesn't forget. The day I post news today, it may haunt me in the next 20 years, 50 years when I'm looking for a job or something. So I think it depends with how you want to protect your identity and the reputation that you have.
How you want to protect your identity and the reputation that you have, is what Miss Becky is saying. She also mentioned the issue of that where one's rights ends is where another's begin. And so she's saying, in as much as you've got freedom of expression, we should be thinking also of the next person and how they may react to this. So over to you, La. What do you think really, really, where are we missing it as a country when it comes to gender-based violence online?
Sorry, I first want to address what you said. People don't always like call for attacks on social media. Sometimes you might just post an innocent picture, then people start bashing you and panning post a picture and for a photo shoot. Then
Okay.
people started bashing her for that. She didn't even ask for it. She was just someone either who celebrate her with the world. So you asked Kuti.
Okay, so what I'm getting from you is that, we are using social media platforms, to express ourselves, and everyone has got the freedom of expression, right? And people should be able to do so freely without fearing that perhaps if I post this picture tomorrow, I'll wake up and it's a meme. You innocently post your stuff. The next day, you see you are being tagged on something. So I think these are some of the things that are affecting us young girls on social media, and yet because it's something that's not being taken seriously, it continues to happen over and over again. So I was asking La, how do you think we can address these issues? Besides, of course, we have mentioned that there's need for awareness to ensure that the general population is aware that at times when you are communicating on social media, you have to communicate in a way that's respecting the next person's freedom of expression and their rights. So what do you think should be done, really?
It's always good to laugh about stuff, but in a way it's gonna affect someone else. Probably when I posted something truly horrible, laugh and also teach in a way it's gonna affect someone's mental or emotional well-being. So that's my take on it.
Okay. Laugh, but make sure that you are not attacking the person.
Make fun of it in a nice way. Yokuti munhu anogona kuzvigamuchira.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So her proposal is that at times you have to be, conscious of the things that you are saying online, because as you understand that our generation, most of the things that we are doing nowadays, they involve us being in that, global world, online, interacting with other people. But yet now for young women, it has become very, very challenging to freely express yourself online, because you don't know the next thing you wake up and there's somebody attacking you basing on that, which is really, really not good. So Miss Becky, what are some of the solutions that some of the things that we can do, especially us as young women, to make sure that we are safe online, and to make sure that we are also making the online environment safer for others?
Okay. Yeah, I think it starts with us as young women. Let's not build brands or build names through attacking other people on social media. We have people that are actually in the business of creating a lot of followers. They don't have content really meaningful, but they want followers. So I'm encouraging young women, kuti, let's have content. When you have content really meaningful, it which makes sense to the people, to the audience, they'll just follow vega. Not kuti ugashama, or if you cause drama in some kind of way, you have followers. Let's wait for the followers that we want as young women. And also, I think let's support each other. When you post something, I think if you guys have realized in the comment sections, it's not everyone who says bad about a particular thing. We actually have a group of people that are actually supporting the person. Then we have a bunch of others that are actually against it, right? So it means good we have a percentage that we have to teach. But you know what? Let's support women. From what I've learned that as long as Mnarim cards and they're making sense, you have to support. Not because we support women because they are women, but we support women because of the potential and the capacities that they have. So you can't expect to have followers because you're a lady and washama pa camera. That's not it. Let's have content. Let's think outside the box. Let's think of things that will make us grow our names or grow the brands that we want.
So this is a solution going to you as an individual, that at times when you are posting things on social media, make sure that you are conscious of the footprints that you're leaving, because like as was alluded to prior, that social media does not really forget. You might jokingly be posting something today and it goes viral, you forget. But the next thing is that it catches up to you. You are looking for a job and there you have it. No, but we have noted that you did this prior. It also even comes back to commenting on social media. There are some comments that you pass thinking that you are joking or you are attacking somebody that might also come back to you. So I'm going to go back to you, Miss La, that from a personal perspective, what do you think that we also should do as young girls to ensure that we are not also, instigators, we are not also becoming perpetrators? Because, like, I understand as at times, we are also involved in these silly things, thinking that you are joking. You look at WhatsApp groups, our various youth WhatsApp groups, be it a school group, somebody posts something and you decide to make a very, very hurtful joke about it. So how do you think we can also stop being instigators of, gender-based violence online?
I I think social media is a space where people should just go for fun. Hapana any instigating mamajiri. It's just for fun. It's a place where we unwind on. So I guess kuti people should know kuti when they go on social media, it's not about trolling people. It's just for about interacting, engaging kwa my business nekuna kids. So it's not an opportunity kuti uchuke mwe munu pedzere shungu on someone else, because it might actually we might actually trace it kune vanhu vacho, maybe they're going through stuff and this is their way of
letting it out.
letting it out.
Okay, so there you have it. She says that when you go online, this should be a place of creating meaningful connection. This should be a place of, looking for jobs and having fun generally. And, as a population, as young women, as Zimbabwe, we shouldn't try to be on social media just for the purposes of attacking the next person, right? Ms. Becky, do you still have any further comments pertaining to the topic on gender-based violence online?
Okay, yeah. So also I would like to say that as much as we may say social media is for fun, like she has alluded to, we also have people that come for social media to check help. And sometimes the way we treat those people, we cause a lot of traumas. We're adding on what is on top of what is already there. So I think we should notice some people come genuinely looking for help. I remember at one point when King Karande came for a life and he was actually looking for help, it's really genuine. And then we have people like coming up with their different comments and stuff. But then at the end of the day, we realize, of course, we have people like me that are obviously offer their help, But then I think we should just learn to notice and distinguish, this person is looking for likes and more comments. This person is genuinely looking for help. So that we do not kill the community that we're trying to build.
There you have it. Do not kill the community that you are trying to build. There are genuine issues that are being posted on social media. At times, if you feel you don't have anything good to say, I think you should really just keep quiet, ignore. Really, sometimes it's not necessary to pass a certain comment on social media. And it's very concerning that from a feministic mind, have you noted that most of these comments, especially bad comments, body shaming comments, they are usually targeted against young women. If a guy posts his pictures, no matter how they are, people would just rather laugh about it in a manner that's good. But once it's a woman, you get attacked from all angles. You go on Facebook, somebody posts their picture, and the next thing you are seeing is written, zero. Wakazi say HKD, whatsoever. Those comments are very good. And also we have noted that lately, to those who are on Facebook, like myself, there are people who take other people's pictures just to post, guys, and you can really see that it's not the person themselves that took their picture and posted that picture, but it's someone who's, like Miss Becky said, that trying to get likes and comments. And most of the people who are becoming victims to these are the young women, right? So, Miss La, any other comments pertaining to, our topic, gender-based violence and the online environment?
I think social media should be a safe space, because in our day-to-day, personally, I'm someone asinganya. So when I go on social media, I expect maybe quite friends or whatever, to feel that comfort, except maybe for my sisters, no, but I don't have my mashangwa get social with, like.
So there you have it. Online platforms should be a safe space where somebody goes there to meet their friends. Because in most of these platforms, right, you have friends. and followers, and these are supposed to be your people. So when somebody makes a broad choice to be on social media, it's there so that they could have their safe space, their environment. And as part of platform, this is what we are saying, that we should all work holistically in ensuring that we are creating a safe space for young women, so that young women feel free to be on social media, feel free to express themselves on social media, and not have to worry, about waking the next morning and you're a meme. And I really think that as Zimbabwe, we should take gender-based violence online as a serious matter, because it is something that is happening and it's affecting a lot of people's, their image, mental health, even economic wise. But it seems we are very reluctant, at most, if something happens to you on social media, people will say, "Anga chishida." You wanted it. And I think we should advocate that as young women, nobody really intentionally goes to humiliate themselves. If that happens, it means that person, there must be a mistake somewhere. And as young women, even the men, even the entire Zimbabwe, we should come together to ensure that the online environment is a safe space for all people, right? And also, when we're looking at issues to do with gender-based violence, we understand that there are even various international conventions that are going against this. Even in Zimbabwe, prior we had is it the
Cyberbullying Act.
the Cyberbullying Act, and all these laws are there trying to protect us online. Then I'm going to pose the question that, given that already we do have international doctrines providing for that, the online platform should be a safe environment. Even in Zimbabwe, we do have. So, Ms. Baker, I would want to ask, how do you think victims, or perhaps us who are seeing people being victimized, what help can we offer to those people?
Okay, so I think firstly, it's our duty as citizens to take care of each other. When I know about the Cyberbullying Act, it's my duty to explain it to the next person. So I think for the meantime, we have the Cyberbullying Act. But if we are to ask how many people out of all the citizens that we have in this country know in detail about the Act, you realize could be just a few. Meaning that we have something that is just there and it's not working. So it means that when one has been abused online, they cannot report anyway. I think we still have this mentality of saying that when someone has been abused online, it's just a pet issue. Zinobudarika and something like that. But the wounds that come through those online gender-based violences are deep. But then the community has a tendency of saying, it's just something, you cannot report about this, it's just a comment. So I think we have to educate our fellow community members on how to report about this, where to report. And also, I think it's also wise that as a country, we have a lot of workshops educating people on the pure uses of the internet and other social media platforms. Because I think this country, when social media came, but we don't even know. We think the people with stress and stuff. Of course, we may want to leave our streets and stuff, but then let's grow businesses on the social media. Let's make friends. Let's chat. And let's leave this thing. As much as we can say the economy is difficult, we're facing a lot, stress. I don't know if there's a social media. Let's also think of the next person. The business stress young social media nas. What is the next person when that business stress going to do? Because he and the stress yard. So I think we have to educate our communities on the different laws. And then the law also have to be enhanced. Because if we have kuti munaka, it's a cyberbullying or what, it's the consequences, they have to be felt. The victims have to be convinced, but like I reported, it worked. So that when I'm victimized next time, I'll say, no, Bridget reported and it worked. That's how things go. So I think the consequences, they have to be a bit tough so that the perpetrators who actually know, there's something that shouldn't be done.
There you have it, that there is need for education and awareness when it comes to gender-based violence online. From what she's saying is that, even starting with the laws that are protecting us as young women online, they are not known that much, and I think it should be upon us as young women to organize groups whereby we educate each other on these laws, so that if someone becomes a victim, we have the solution, we know where to go. And I also like to applaud what you say, that we need precedents set in seeing that when somebody attacks someone on social media, you can report it, and there are really consequences that will be really felt. Because the nature of humans is that they have to feel something, they have to see the effect of something for them to retract from it. And I really support your point that at times we need a certain precedent to be set, that when you are attacking someone online, be it whether you are passing hate speech, be it whether it's cyberbullying, be it it's trolling, stalking, and everything, you should be brought to book, and the consequences should be felt. So I'll pose the same question to you, La, that what do you think that as individuals we should do?
I think we should just be more informed on the issue with the law, because most people have usually penalties to it.
Okay, thank you very much. There you have it, Zimbabwe. As young women, we are saying that online gender-based violence is very real. It's there, and we need people to start taking it more seriously. And on top of that, we are asking to you that let's ensure that we make each other aware of social media violences, and we make each other aware of the laws that are protecting the young women, and also that there is precedent set that shows that people should retract from doing that. So from Pada platform, what we are saying is that we should ensure that the online environment is a safe space for young women. Thank you.